Hey everybody, Hidden Ptarmigan here. Thanks for clicking on the video and joining me for a Mythic Plus run. We are in a rookery, about to do level 5.
Five.
Alright, so here we go.
1.
We're sitting at around, let's see, 1400 rating. We managed to do a Dark Flame Cleft at a 4. Sadly, we did not time it, and for some reason, my recording software decided to not record any of the content, so I don't have that one. So unfortunately, I'm just going to have to do it, pick up here. If you watched my last video doing the rookery, just remember to keep a lookout and not get hit by the frontal by this boss, this little mini boss guy. And there he goes casting it. You can see it's going to go that way. Ooh, and I forgot it does boomerang, so careful about that. And here it comes again, right at us. We're just going to get out of the way, and he's dead, so the frontal is gone. I'm going to go right for this front one. Nice. Great opening so far. Feels good to do a little Mythic Plus. I haven't played the Hunter in a little over a week. I took a break from Mythic Plus last week, and okay, not a break. I just only played a few runs last week, like just that Dark Flame Cleft, and I believe like maybe one other, but you've already seen it, I think, in the video for last week. All right. Oh, there's a different fix this time. We got to kill the void emissaries. Killing those, I believe, gives you a buff. As you can see, my WeakAuras is gone. Love WeakAuras. It's very useful, but I find there's so much stuff on the screen already, it kind of distracts me, so I decided to just try to play the game without WeakAuras and with just the basic UI. Obviously, I still have Plater on to help me with like priority targeting, which I don't know if I can play without that. Not Mythic, at least. But we're going to try just not using WeakAuras and shadowed unit frames. You know, in my opinion, I don't think WoW should. I don't think add-ons should be a thing in WoW. I think that you need add-ons now, like DBM and all those things are needed. But honestly, I think like WoW, Blizzard is in this weird thing where like the add-ons get better and better and more useful every year, and so Blizzard kind of like makes the game harder. And WoW is kind of to a point, at least in Mythic Plus content and rating, where if you don't have add-ons, you're at a massive disadvantage. And so for like the new player experience, which I haven't really done in many years, but if you're a new player in WoW, you're gonna really be struggling because like you might not know, like, oh, I need to get details, I need to go get DBM or BigWigs or LittleWigs and all that stuff, and I think that's a huge problem with WoW, with retail WoW. You can play Classic without add-ons. You can raid without add-ons for the most part. You can do all of the dungeons without add-ons. I don't think they're like absolutely necessary, but with retail, I really do think that if you don't have add-ons, you're at a severe disadvantage. Like, I'm sure the game is definitely playable without them, but you're definitely at a disadvantage, which sucks. And I think it would be really nice if Blizzard just designed the game to be played without add-ons. Like, and that's something we're getting soon. Like, we're getting some massive UI improvements. It's slow, but we are getting improvements that make the game's add-ons less and less. Like, I used to always play with an add-on called LVUI. I never didn't have LVUI on. LVUI was my go-to UI add-on. You had to have it. It was amazing. I loved it. And then Dragonflight happened. And Blizzard decided to revamp their UI system, which is amazing. The Blizzard UI, which I'm using completely right now, like the action bars and stuff, are extremely customizable. I removed the little things on the side. I stacked them how I wanted. You can just quickly go in here and boom, 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 edit everything. Love it. But it has work to do. Tracking abilities is still kind of tough. Sure, you can use your like personal bar and stuff to like track, but like I would really like to know when precise shots is up. That would be super useful. I can absolutely see it up in the top when it procs, but a little bar above my frame would be really nice, like a WeakAuras that just pops up, and it only pops up the abilities I want. And sure, I can sort of get that with the default Blizzard UI, sorta. We really got to kill that. Uh-oh. Okay. Like there's what are we doing? Why are they all pinging everything constantly? Okay, well anyway. Hit the button. What button? They were yelling at me to lust. I had no idea. Too busy talking about UIs and stuff. I always forget I even have lust as a marksman hunter. Anyway, so that was my little oopsie for the day. My bad. It's alright, we still got the boss down without any deaths. So anyway, yeah, Blizzard has taken steps to make UI add-ons less needed, but I still think there's a lot of work to do in terms of like add-ons that actually tell you how to play the game and things like that. I think the encounters need to be made simpler so that add-ons like DBM and stuff aren't needed anymore. That would be my ultimate goal for retail WoW. But you know, I do like the game. It is in a good spot for the most part. It's not necessarily bad or anything. It just tends to be a little complicated, and that's okay. That's why we do have Classic WoW for people that don't want like the complicated nature of retail. There's Classic WoW and Season of Discovery. There's a lot of different difficulties in terms of complexity, at least for WoW. There's so many different things you could be playing with WoW right now. That's one of the great things that Blizzard has done, is they've made WoW accessible to so many different types of players. You've got Classic WoW for people that want the OG experience. You've got Hardcore for... I don't even know. but you got hardcore. You've got retail WoW. There's Cataclysm Classic. You know, the progression servers or whatever they're called. For people that just want to re-experience the entire game. That's cool if you want to do that. That's not really my thing. I don't really want to go re-experience stuff I've already played. I'm more interested in new content, which is why I play retail and Season of Discovery, because Season of Discovery is not old content. It is new content that is being played differently. It's old content with a twist, which is what I like. I personally don't have a huge interest in Cataclysm. I've already played it. I've already played Mop back in the day. I love Wrath. That's my favorite expansion, so I'll probably play Wrath of the Lich King Classic again, just because it's a fun game. I really like the way the classes play in that game. But anyway, that's years from now. So yeah, I think retail is, you know, doing a good job at making add-ons less and less needed. I just want to see them continue in that direction. We are getting an update, I believe it's either next week or the week after, with some new content to do at endgame for retail, which is going to be cool. We're getting horrific visions, along with a couple of other things, which is going to be really nice to get something new to do rather than just delves and Mythic. Something else I'm really excited about is WoW. Blizzard is sort of adding their own like WeakAuras thing. It's not WeakAuras, but it's similar to it. It's basically going to allow you to pick, if I understand it correctly, it's going to allow you to pick abilities and kind of have like better ability tracking than what we normally have with just the buffs and the like personal bar that'll just show all your buffs underneath. You'll be able to put like pick spells, and in the trailer it showed like aura bars above the characters that were counting down the character's nameplate. I'm super excited for that. That's going to be really cool. I think this season, so far, Rookery is my favorite dungeon. I just like it because it's simple. It's kind of quick, relatively speaking. So I play a lot more SOD during the week than I do retail. I do play retail more with my friends and stuff. My friends don't play SOD, so I do end up splitting my time like pretty evenly between retail and SOD. But like during the week, I primarily play Season of Discovery because my friends aren't really on during the week, and you know, retail is what they play. So I do have some. I do have a friend that does play SOD, but anyway, primarily my like friend group that like has always played WoW plays retail. So you know, something I always notice when I go like, because I don't play retail as much during the week. It is a weekday today, but because I don't typically play during the week, I notice I end up spending a lot more time on side, and I guess during the week, and I don't play retail alone as much. But something I've noticed playing retail is no one talks to each other. Like the chat is just spams. Like people just don't really talk. They do a little bit, but like if you're not in a guild, I feel like retail is it's basically a single player game that pretends to be an MMO. Like if that makes any sense. Like sure, you have to do stuff with other people, but communication with other players is almost non-existent. Like people just aren't social. You can't. I mean, like sure you could be, but like when you go into a dungeon in SOD or any version of Classic, not okay, any version of original Classic. I haven't played Cataclysm, so I can't speak to Cataclysm. But for Wrath and all those other things, people are chatting a lot. Like people are always talking. Maybe not every pool there's going to be conversation, but it's sure a lot more than you do in this game. Like I healed a dungeon last night on my paladin, a mythic. Not a single person said a word. It was actually a rookery. It was a rookery 2, and no one said a word the entire dungeon, which was crazy. Like I said hello when I joined the dungeon, and no one said a word. I was just like, what? That's crazy, because like that same day, I had also played Season of Discovery with some people, and you know, I met up with some strangers in the open world, just ran into them, and people were talking to each other. It's just such a weird thing. I don't know if it's like the generation of people that play Season of Discovery are older and therefore more social. I don't know if that's how that works or anything. But yeah, it's just a little observation I've made that took me 10 minutes to explain. But, you know, that's how it is. Very nice. All right, hold him there, please. Thank you very much. Marksman Hunter is like my new favorite DPS spec, by the way. This shit is awesome. It feels I've never liked Marksman before. This is like the first season I played it and actually enjoyed it. I don't know what they changed about it or if they changed anything about it, but it just feels good. I know it's not like an A tier spec. I mean, I'm at the bottom of the barrel right now, but when those sentinels proc, or whatever they're called, the owl things, and you land a good aim shot ricochet or a rapid fire ricochet, it's awesome. It's simple. You have like a few buttons to press. Like it's kind of chill. It's definitely clunky at first, but now that I'm like 1400 rating and I played it a lot, or a decent amount. I'm not gonna say a lot, but a decent amount. It feels pretty good. It's nowhere near like I'm nowhere near like Ret Paladin level of expertise. Like that's my #1 spec, like Ret Paladin, Holy Paladin. But I mean, I'm getting there. I haven't seriously played a hunter probably since Warlords of Draenor. Whenever they changed the gun sounds, that's when I stopped playing it. I know those gun sounds were annoying, and that's probably why they changed them, but I didn't like what they replaced them with, and I still don't, so I always transmog a bow or a crossbow, because gun sounds sound like bows in this game, and I don't understand why. Unless there's been an update. I haven't fired a gun in WoW in many moons. Okay, we're gonna stand back here because he does the knockback. No one got thrown off. Did our rogue? No? Nope, no one did. So the tank wants a lost right after the barrier drops, so we're not gonna forget that. It's gonna happen. That is our lust. We did our job. Look at that. 50% of the boss's health just like that. Well done. There's Storm's Vengeance again. Go ahead and pop a defensive.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
There's DBM telling me I'm standing, or sorry, BigWigs telling me I'm standing under something. Miss any? Nope. Here comes the Storm's Vengeance. Good job, everyone. Great job. +2 on that 5. That brings us up to 400 or 1415 rating. Let's see if we got something good. We got a whopping 68 gold. Thank you, Blizzard, for your time. For my time.
All right, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.